Alright, what is going on everyone, it's John here and I'm finally back with another video. And today, as you guys can see, I'm going to be giving you guys my honest review on the Blackout beta for Blackout 4 that we just had this past week. And guys, I cannot express how sad I am that the beta has officially come to an end today, which by the way, I'm obviously recording this video on Monday since the beta ended today. And I think they also extended the beta and gave us 2 more hours to play it today. So instead of ending at 10 AM, it ended at 12 PM. And that's pretty cool. Hope you guys had a lot of fun playing this beta, but it really does suck that I was not able to play it today one last time in the morning because obviously at that time I was at school. So again, it really sucks because they also put out an update where they raised the player limit from 88 players to 100. And from what I'm hearing, I heard that it was still running pretty smooth, which I'm about to get into this review and talk about this a little bit more. But before I do, man, I just gotta say, man, this beta was so much fun. If you guys are wondering, like, real quickly what I thought about this beta, it was a lot of fun, man. Like, a lot of fun. And I'll get into full depth right now, but like, oh my goodness, dude, I really miss this beta, man. I really hope, or not, oh man, I just want Blackout 4 to come out already, man. I wanted to release, and I just want to play Blackout 4 in general, man. The multiplayer was a lot of fun, and the beta was definitely a lot of fun. So I cannot wait. And zombies, without a doubt, is going to be a lot of fun as well. So I really am looking forward to Blackout 4 this year, and I just don't think it's possible to get bored of this game. I really don't think it's going to be possible for me to even get bored at all from Black Ops 4. So I can't wait for October 12th, man. And the crazy thing is that October 12th is on the Friday, so you guys already know I'm going to be streaming on day. I really hope you guys are excited for Black Ops 4 as well, man. I cannot wait. And by the way, guys, the gameplay you guys are seeing in the background right now is actually a victory gameplay. So I took a dub right here with my brother and 2 random people, and I actually made friends with one of them. They're a pretty cool guy right there, and I just, oh my goodness, guys, it was just so exciting getting a dub on here, man. I think the first 4 or 5 days, I couldn't take a single dub at all, man. Until Friday, I think that's the day I took my first dub, if I'm not mistaken. Or actually, no, it was Saturday. Saturday, that's when I took my first dub, and then Sunday, I took 2 more. So in total, I was able to get 3 dubs during this whole entire beta, which might not really be that much for you guys, or some of you guys probably got a lot more than that, but for me, that was a good amount because, again, school, I wasn't really able to play that much during the week, only a couple hours, and obviously I'm not going to take a dub my first game on already, so it really did take me a while to get a dub, but I got 3 in total, which I'm really proud of, and I think I got like 60 or 70 kills around there. I got a good amount of kills. So I want to apologize for the bad quality in this gameplay right here. What happened is I cut the certain part out of my live stream, which by the way, when I was live streaming, I was live streaming at 720p and 60 frames per second, but I was live streaming from the PlayStation, so whenever you live stream from here, it necessarily isn't 720p and 60 frames per second. I think it's like 480p to be honest. It's not really the best quality, so I downloaded this certain part right here from the live stream, and for some reason I can't download it at 720p and 60 frames per second. It only lets me download it at like given quality, so it's really bad, man. I think it's like 480p or something. So again, I really apologize if the gameplay is kind of blurry, like I really do, but I really couldn't do anything about it, man. I really wish I could record it with my Elgato, but I couldn't. And again, guys, that's why I'm trying to get set up and live stream the other way, where I could live stream 1080p and 60 frames per second, which would be a lot better. So soon I'll be able to fix that little pixelation error which I've been having lately, which I don't know why I still haven't been able to fix it, but I have a feeling I soon will be able to. And you guys might want to stay for the ending because I really like how this gameplay right here ended. I really like how this match ended. It was pretty cool, and you guys will see why. But anyways, with all that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this review. So the first thing I want to talk about is the map, and guys, I gotta say, man, this map was excellent. I like the locations that were on this map right here and exactly where these locations were located at, and I also like the size of it, man. It's perfect for Call of Duty. It's not too small, it's not too big, but it's also not too slow or fast. Or actually, it is fast paced. Actually, the gameplay is pretty fast, so whenever I would hop on a solo match, I think there would already be like 30 or 40 people left in like less than 5 minutes. So it's pretty fast, and that's what I really like about this, because that's exactly what Call of Duty is, pretty fast paced. But I really like exactly what the locations were. Like, for example, they put array on here, they put raid, they put construction site, which again, I'm not really sure what map this is. I think this is the one map or mission from Black Ops 3, I think the last mission, so I'm not really sure, I might be mistaken, but I think that's what it is. And then I like how they're not like right next to each other, where you could just run from construction site and make it to array or raid in like 1 minute. No, it actually takes like, I would say maybe 10 minutes or no, actually less, maybe like 5 minutes to run from construction site to raid. So I really like how these maps are separated and it's a pretty good distance. And I also like how there's a lot of trees and there's a bunch of forests, and also when you go to Turbine, it's a really big open area, which I'm not really a big fan of this open area right here. I mean, at the same time I am, because not too many people camp here obviously, but if you guys have bad eye vision, trust me man, it's a really hard thing to cope with, because it's pretty hard to see people from that far, and me with my terrible eye vision, it was pretty hard to see people from over here at Turbine where it's a big open area. But if you guys have good vision, it's perfect. And also Nuketown, man, oh my goodness, I really love Nuketown. I like how it's actually on an island, and the only way to get there is obviously by going on the freeway, I think, with a truck, ATV, whatever, any type of vehicle. And then you could also fly a chopper and get there, or you could also swim across or ride a boat or anything. So I really like how Nuketown was set on an island, and I also like the population sign telling you how many people are exactly on Nuketown with you. And the bunker was actually open, and we finally get to see what's actually inside the bunker, and oh my goodness guys, there's just a bunch of good loot down here. So the map is excellent, man. It's perfectly made, and what's crazy is this is barely beta, and they already got this much for the beta. And what's even more crazier is that we're gonna get more locations added to this map. That's why there's a bunch of empty spaces and a bunch of places where there's no names or anything, there's nothing like labeled, because they're gonna be adding more locations later in the future for launch. So hey guys, I'm pretty curious and hyped to see what maps these are gonna be, because obviously they're gonna be maps from the Black Ops universe. Everything is from the Black Ops universe, but that's why I'm curious, because I want to see exactly what map they're gonna be adding onto here. The next thing I want to talk about are the guns. Now, I think there were 24 or 25 guns in this beta, if I'm not mistaken, and most of these guns were from Black Ops 4. Some of these were from the Black Ops 4 multiplayer, and we also had a couple old school guns from Black Ops 1, 2, and 3. For example, the Galil, the MP40, and the ray gun. Oh my goodness guys, this ray gun went hard, dude. This thing was honestly overpowered, dude. I think it was like 2 or 3 shots to down somebody with armor, so this thing is overpowered. And now that I mentioned the ray gun, I really like how they added zombies as well, man. Even though they eat a lot of bullets, it's really satisfying killing one of them, and then they drop you a ray gun, which I think that's the only way at the moment to get a ray gun. I'm not sure if you could also get one from the box. And oh yeah, they also added one of the zombie bosses from the new map 9 that's going to be on Black Ops 4 Zombies. They also added him, and if you kill him you get a ray gun as well. So these are the only ways to get a ray gun at the moment on Blackout, or at least for the beta, and it really wrecks, dude. Like 2 or 3 shots, like I said. And we do have the mystery box, so that's another cool thing. When you try the mystery box, it could give you level 3 armor, it could give you, I think, a gold weapon. Basically, these gold weapons are fully decked out weapons with all attachments on this, so you don't have to worry about looking for attachments to equip onto your weapon that doesn't have any attachments on it. And overall, these guns were balanced out pretty good. I think my favorite gun in this beta would probably be the Swordfish or the Scar, or maybe even a Paladin or the Koshka, obviously because I like sniping. And oh my goodness guys, the sniping on Blackout is a lot of fun, man. I also like how there's bullet drop. So obviously quick scoping is not too easy, especially from far away, but I'm glad it isn't. Even though I'm a sniper and I like to quick scope, I'm glad it isn't easy, because I like that how there's bullet drop, and now you have to actually time your shot whenever you see an enemy running, or even if he's far away you have to aim up a little bit. So I really like that addition, and I'm glad they added bullet drop, because obviously a lot of people wouldn't be too happy just getting quick scoped across the map. Oh yeah, and also my other favorite guns are the ray gun and the Galil. Wow, did I forget these? I really like the Galil, man. The Galil is really good, and I'm glad they added this gun back. One gun I really hope they add back at launch is the FAMAS. The FAMAS, oh my goodness, when they add that back, or if they do, I'm going to be using that all day. Also, vehicles on here were a lot of fun to use. I really like how fast the ATV was, and I like how you could have a passenger on there. So one driver and one passenger in the back, and you could basically, I guess, protect for a little bit. But it is kind of hard to look around, especially when the driver is like taking a left turn, right turn, or even going pretty fast, or just doing zigzags or something. It's pretty hard to aim at anybody that you see, because I think it really interferes with your aim as well. Like, I think it just makes your screen go crazy if you're a passenger and you're like aiming down a sight. And the cargo truck, this was probably one of my favorite vehicles in this beta. I really like, especially when you play quads and you have 3 people in the back and 1 driver, and the 3 people in the back are obviously shooting at people if you see anybody, or just protecting. So I really like that, man. That was a really nice choice of adding the cargo truck. Now the chopper was another cool vehicle. I really like flying it. I think it's a pretty easy vehicle to fly. It's not really too hard to turn or do anything, or even land. Landing is pretty easy with this, so you don't really have to worry about crashing or dying, because it's gonna blow up since you're gonna land bad. And I also like how the rocket launchers don't just take down the choppers in 1 shot. It takes 2 shots, just like in every multiplayer, if I'm not mistaken. And the last vehicle is the boat, and this was another pretty fun vehicle to use, but I think this is the vehicle that I used the least amount of times, at least in this beta. beta, because the only time I will use this vehicle is to just get across a river or go to Nuketown Island or get away from Nuketown Island, go to Lighthouse or go to cargo docks. But either way, it was a pretty fun vehicle, but I didn't use it as much as I used the cargo truck, the chopper, or the ATV. And those are all the vehicles. We only have 4 vehicles in this beta, but I think they're going to be adding a little bit more at launch, maybe 10 or more than that. And I gotta say, man, these vehicles are balanced out pretty good, at least in the beta. So I'm pretty happy with how these vehicles turned out to be, at least for the first time in a long time in Call of Duty, because we haven't used the vehicle since, if I'm not mistaken, World at War, not counting the World War II campaign where you drive a tank. Now let's talk about the armor, because this is something that a lot of people were complaining about the most in this beta, especially on day 1, because for those guys that don't know, we have level 1 armor, level 2 armor, and level 3 armor. And guys, on day 1, level 3 armor, if you had that, GG, you basically win that game, even if you're playing solo against quads. Actually, no, I'm just joking. If you're playing solo and you have level 3 armor and it was like day 1 or 2, then you basically won that game, because level 3 armor was overpowered on day 1 and day 2, if I'm not mistaken. It would literally take like 10 more shots to kill you, so basically around like 18 shots. And if you had a trauma kit, which will get you up to 200 health, then I would say like maybe around 20 shots to kill you. So that is a lot of shots right there, and that obviously makes level 3 armor overpowered. But they obviously nerfed it on day 3, if I'm not mistaken, and it's a little bit more easier now to destroy, but it's still pretty strong. And level 1 and 2 armor is pretty good as well. Any type of armor is good. I think you need armor in Blackout, because if you don't have armor and your opponent does, then you're pretty much screwed unless he's a pretty bad shot. But honestly, guys, I don't have anything to complain about regarding the armor, because after they nerfed level 3 armor, I think the armor is pretty balanced out now, unless you have no armor, because obviously you can get taken out easily. But it's pretty easy to take on, especially if you're a good aim and you have good accuracy, and you could easily take him out even if he has armor. And also the healing mechanics, I think this is the first time ever in any battle royale game that we get to heal while on the run, or even as a passenger in the vehicle, or even when you're driving a vehicle, you get to heal at the same time. And I really like that idea, because healing once doesn't necessarily take that long. I think it's only like 1 or 2 seconds to heal once, but it does take a long time to get back to 150 health if you're healing from like 20 or 30 health. So I really like that you could heal while on the run, or even if you're driving the vehicle. I really love that idea. The wingsuits are also really fun to use. Like, I really like how you get to jump out of a helicopter and you get to wingsuit instead of like just parachuting or just skydiving straight down, because these wingsuits really help you get to places faster. For those of you guys that don't know, which I think a lot of people don't know this yet, but when you jump out of a helicopter, if you look straight down, basically you dive straight down and then you go back up, you speed up. Instead of going straight down, you just speed up and go forward faster, so you can get to places that are like across the map a lot easier and faster. And for that reason, I love the wingsuits, dude. And also I love them because they're also a part of the Black Ops universe. They were a part of Black Ops 2 from that one mission where you wingsuit from the beginning. So yeah, guys. And also I'm really glad that Blackout has a bunch of old school maps from the Black Ops universe, and no other battle royale game can do this, because they don't have a history that's similar to Call of Duty, where they can add a bunch of maps like this, like Nuketown, Firing Range, Raid, etc. And that's what really makes this battle royale pretty unique, is that it has a bunch of old school maps that are a part of the Black Ops universe, and also some of the guns are part of the Black Ops universe, and the attachments, just basically everything. Another thing I want to talk about is how frequently they would update the beta. I don't think they went a day without updating the Blackout beta at all, man. They were updating this beta every single day, and they were also adding game modes every single day, or not every single day. I think they only added 2 throughout this whole beta, but on the second day we already got a new game mode, and then on the third day we got another new game mode. And these game modes were a lot of fun. The first one was called Fast Collapse, and then the second one was called Close Quarters. Fast Collapse is basically where the circle closes in a lot faster than usual, and oh my goodness, guys, I was just bad, man. I was terrible because I had bad luck whenever I went to loot. I would always get the circle across the map, and now I would just get screwed over from how far I had to run. And Close Quarters is a game mode where you can only use SMGs, shotguns, and pistols, so it's obviously close quarters gunfights. So yeah, guys, they were obviously updating Blackout a lot, and what makes me go even more crazy is that this is just a beta. I can't even imagine how many updates there's gonna be already at launch. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is how fun Blackout is, man. Honestly, dude, I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the best game modes that we've ever gotten in Call of Duty history, man. Especially one of the funnest game modes. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the first day I played Blackout, I didn't really like it as much as I like it now, because I mean, I guess the reason for that is probably because I wasn't used to it. I didn't know how to loot that quick, and I was still not used to like how long it takes to kill somebody here on Black Ops 4 with like 150 health. And for sure I was not used to how big the map is, so obviously I wasn't really enjoying it as much as I enjoy it now on day 1 than maybe day 4. But oh my goodness guys, this weekend was a blast, man. I was just playing the Blackout beta all day, all night. If you guys can't tell from my live streams, they were pretty long, man. They were 4 to 5 hours, and they could have been a lot more longer if I didn't have to close that. And again, I really appreciate you guys tuning in on the live streams and dropping a like or even chatting. So hey guys, Blackout is a lot of fun, and honestly guys, if you guys are thinking about buying Black Ops 4 for Blackout, I think it's worth it. It really is, and trust me, you guys are gonna have a lot of fun playing it for the first time. Well, after you get used to it a lot more, you guys would start having a lot more fun, because that was me on the first day. I wasn't really used to it, and I wasn't having as much as fun as I now had. And I'm not the only one that's pretty sad that the Blackout beta ended. There's actually a lot of people out there, like a lot of streamers are also not necessarily sad, but just pretty bummed out that it ended, because it really was a lot of fun. Like for example, Dr. Disrespect, I think he's pretty sad that it ended and he really wants to play it again, and I can see why, man. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. And getting that #1 victory is so satisfying, man. It just puts a good feeling inside of you after you get it. So overall, I would rate Blackout a 9 out of 10. And the only reason is 9 out of 10 and not 10 out of 10 is because there's a couple things that are a bit negative, not really that bad though, and that has to do with the graphics. The graphics aren't really the best, dude. Like, we're playing on a game that is made in 2018, but we're basically playing with graphics that are made like in 2012 or something. Like, the graphics aren't really the best. And I think they toned down the graphics a little bit compared to the trailer, because if they had it at full graphics or high quality, I think it would start lagging a little bit, especially with the amount of players that were on this map. So hopefully by launch, the graphics will improve a lot more, and they were a bit better if you were playing on the PS4 Pro. The graphics were a little bit more, I guess you could say, clear and more bright, and it just looked a little bit more beautiful compared to a normal PS4. And PC was just the best, man. Obviously, you could put it up to 4K and it just looked beautiful. And I think that's pretty much the only negative thing I gotta say. Maybe the looting system is a bit slow. Like, I think you should just be able to run over ammo and just pick it up automatically without holding square, because it's just ammo. But hey guys, I'm pretty excited for Call of Duty this year, man. Honestly, I don't think it's possible to get bored of Black Ops 4 already. We're gonna have multiplayer, which again, to me is pretty lit. Blackout, oh my goodness, guys, that is just incredible. And zombies, without a doubt, is gonna be good. It's Treyarch. We can't go wrong about zombies with Treyarch. So yeah, guys, I cannot wait for Black Ops 4, man. I am super hyped, and I honestly just want to get back on Blackout, on everything, man. Everything. It's just, I can't wait, dude. Well, anyways, guys, now that I basically gave you guys my honest review on Blackout, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to drop a like if you guys enjoy, and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Turn on post notifications so you guys are alerted every single time whenever I upload. Stay tuned for a lot of uploads and live streams this year for Black Ops 4. And guys, I am not done with World War 2, by the way. I have not played World War 2 for this whole entire week, obviously, because I've just been on Blackout. I want to just play Blackout the whole week, which again, because it's a lot of fun. Still gonna be going back to World War 2 until Black Ops 4 releases, and I'm still gonna be making a final review on World War 2 before Black Ops 4 releases. So yeah, guys, stay tuned for all those videos, and also that World War 2 sniping montage #2, or just basically my final World War 2 sniping montage, is gonna be coming out soon. So stay tuned for that as well. Anyways, hope you guys have a nice Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever day I upload this video on. And with all that being said, it's been John. Can't wait for Black Ops 4, and I'm out. Peace. Nice! Good game.
Violence can have a purpose.
All objectives complete. Stand down.
Let's get it, you guys. Hey, good game, man.